Kamala Harris voted third party. Should we have a third party? I know people talk about it, and I've always been the person who denied it. I'm like, we don't need a third party, whatever, because they ain't gonna do this, that, and the other. But here's the problem I have right now. Kamala Harris is considering until the summer running for governor, and I'm like, why would she be basically be the number one forerunner for the 2028 election, going for the freaking governor? And what does that say to us as black people when we see that happen? How we feel about that? I'm going to tell you how many of us feel. I can't speak for the whole, African-American group. I'm not that arrogant. I ain't going to put my ego in there and say, yeah, all of us as black people believe this. No, but I will say this. Why you going for second when you were placed in first? Your election was stolen from some criminal, and here you are talking about go for governor. That with governor, you know what I mean? This is some bull. This is some bull. No way, governor. Why you going for second when you first, girl? I mean, surely somebody's told you this. And yeah, I know this time it's going to be a primary. You're going to have a whole bunch of people show up. Yeah. Sweep them to the side and keep going. Keep going. We need you there. But if you ain't doing that, why the heck is black people voting? No, I'm serious. Why black people vote? I'm done. I'm done with Democrats on that, if that happens. The other thing that's got me mad is, what's up with Schumer? Now, it's been almost a week, and I know it takes time. They got to put in a letter, and then they got to get together and vote. But I hadn't heard anything about the letter or the vote. I would like to see that happen by the end of the week. And if nobody's going to challenge Schumer, then Democrats are surely dead. See, understand, this whole RNC, DNC, both sides, they're a multi-billion-dollar business. I'm here in Chicago, downtown Chicago. I grew up in Chicago, Chi-Town, Bears Down. And I know for a fact that they spent $100 million in this city. $100 million, the DNC. They got that money. The actual United Center, and I'm amazed the Republicans didn't hit us up on this. While you got Bernie Sanders talking about the billionaires, they had $500,000 suites to $5 million suites up in the United Center. It's some money. And I ain't mad. I'm a business owner. Listen, 30 years marketing, branding, working for some of the biggest companies in the world. These days, I'm independent for the last 20 years. I'm telling you. I know about the money. I don't have a problem with that. What I got a problem with is that their distribution of the money is horrific. What I mean by that is this. Why are you spending all this money in Texas, in Florida? There's no hate or shade on Texas and Florida. You need to spend money wherever black people are 30+% in numbers. So what does that mean? Let me name it off for you. Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. If you go for those states, that's like 50 electoral votes combined. We get, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get those 6 states where it's 30% vote, and we win that. There is no Republican Party. It's over. We win. Even if we don't get the Rust Belt states, we win. We need to stop depending on other groups and start investing in the core of your base. And the largest core of your base is what? Democrats. What is it? Black folks. White people don't vote at these numbers, and no other race votes at the numbers we do. And quite frankly, you're losing us. Tell them, black folks, in the comments. Tell them I'm lying. Tell them if I'm lying. They're losing us. They're losing us. We voted at 85%. And women wouldn't even show up to vote. White women. Latinos, and I realize when I say Latinos, I call this out all the time. Latinos, I realize when I say Latinos, I'm talking about the 33 different nations. I'm talking about 4 different areas: Mexico, Central America, South America, and Caribbean. I realize that many of you have screamed and said, listen, we voted, but we got our own white people, our own white Latinos, and we got a problem. Y'all need to dig deep into your culture and address that problem. And I know there are people who are, and I thank you. But let me tell you, Latinos, who are the largest group as far as minorities now, they match us, but they don't match us in voting the right way. They still think, there's still many of them over the last 100 years who still think they're part of the dream. They'll be different when they make it in America. I'll be treated just like white people. No, you will not. No, you will not. White people doing the crip walk talking about they not like us. They not like us. For real. They treat you like Drake. Hey, listen. They don't think you a major. They think you a minor, you know. But you got to get over it within your own culture and straighten that out. Black folks can't do nothing about that. No more than we can about white women who should not have been on the couch and voted. I ain't even talking about the ones that voted MAGA. We would have never got their vote. But there's millions of women we could have got. And yes, I know before you go there, yeah, the election was stolen. But it wasn't totally stolen. Here's what I mean by that. There's some people who could have showed up despite all of the Starlink and all of the suppression. They could have showed up and they didn't, and we know they didn't. Arab people, they could have showed up, but they didn't show up. That's why people are thinking about a third party, because Democrats look weak as hell. They look like foster babies in the middle of a war. You got Hakeem Jeffries, who should be fired too, because he's the wrong kind of leader. He's not as weak as Schumer, but he's not bought and paid for like Schumer. But he held the line. He did with the House. But the problem with with Hakeem Jeffries is that he's the wrong kind of leader. He's bringing boxing gloves to a gunfight. Wrong person. So with all of that said, should we have a third party? Yeah. How? Man, I'm not sure. There's a lot of things I'll bring up in the future. If you like what I said, obviously, did I earn your subscription? If I didn't, cool. Keep looking at my videos or scroll on. I wish you all the best. But if I did, welcome to the revolution.